And demographically, 80% of the specialist doctors are concentrated in the urban cities, and the rest of the 70% rural population is having access only to the local doctors who can manage routine day-to-day problems, but are unable to manage more serious and persistent non-resolving problems. So when we are looking at this, there is an ironical situation that rural patients cannot access the required medical specialists, and on the other hand, urban-based medical specialists do not get enough patients. So why is there a need for medical specialists for the entire population? Medical knowledge is expanding exponentially, and specialties and subspecialties are needed to understand and utilize this knowledge effectively. When we consider the diversity of the medical specialties, we consider that a large number of these specialties have to be available or accessible to the patient. If patients have to travel for these specialties, the costs and logistics are significant because they have to spend time for travel, trying to go there and stay and all those things. This invariably leads to delay in accessing a specialist medical opinion, and that leads to deterioration of health, and that is going to be causing persistently bad health indices. So what is our present solution? Present solution so far has been health camps with specialists. Unfortunately, these are episodic and ill-sustained, and direct telemedicine platforms, which, as we will just say, that are not good enough for these patients. So first, when we are looking at our innovation, we are looking at what are our present assets. Rather than be trying to be disruptive of the present environment, we thought that we will include these present assets, identify their challenges, and see if we can set things in the proper position in that manner. So the local primary doctors are trusted by the local community. They enjoy a strong connect with the local community. They are the go-to man for any healthcare problems. However, their limitation is that when there are complex cases, they require support of a specialist. On the other hand, we have specialists, as I have said, that they are respected globally for their skills and capabilities, but they are relatively underutilized in metro cities. So these are our assets and challenges. A third asset which we have is affordable internet connectivity, which enables digital healthcare possibilities. So as an innovation, what we have done is that we have provided a secure telemedicine platform that provides case-based mentorship to these primary doctors in the rural areas. The local doctor initiates the teleconsultation, facilitates communication, provides relevant case details and clinical inputs which are significant for the specialist. He understands the treatment plan and supervises the compliance of the treatment, and in effect also gains knowledge with every such consultation. So essentially we are reinforcing the pyramidal healthcare model. As far as the process is concerned, once the primary doctor has identified that a particular patient requires a specialist opinion, he goes on to the pyramid application, books an appointment with the appropriate specialist, uploads the relevant clinical details and reports. At the appointment time, sits across the camera with the phone and demonstrates the relevant findings. So we can see that this is the specialist platform where he is able to see the patient and the relatives and the D1 and talk to them. He inputs at the end of the consultation, he inputs his notes here so that this finally comes as in the form of an electronic medical record. So the patient gets timely treatment by his own doctor, who is mentored by the pyramid specialist without the need for travel. When we compare with the existing possibilities, most of them are B2C models like Practo, etc. So many of them. And there is also a government model called eSanjeevani, which is run by the government. We have identified their shortcomings and tried to overcome most of them.
Sorry to interrupt, Dr. Ketan. Just around 5 minutes remaining for the presentation.
That's right, yeah. So the government platform is catering to just because only 30% of the rural patients also seek government doctors. So it caters to just 30% of the population, whereas the remaining 70% of the population is going to the private doctors. So we are reaching out to the 70% of them. Uh, the B2C platforms, this is a B2B2C platform. So because of that, the trust relation between the patient and the local doctor is maintained. As compared to that, a B2C platform follows Western practices which are not really suitable for the Indian demographics. Um, the communication is far better because language barriers and dialect barriers are overcome by the local doctor. Also, the local doctor is able to provide essential clinical inputs like the blood pressure, pulse, and all those things, which are just not possible on a direct B2C platform like Practo, etc., as I said. Because there is an involvement of the local doctor, he does not feel bypassed, he does not feel insecure. And otherwise, what is happening is that the local doctors were bad mouthing these telemedicine platforms, and that is again creating a problem for these. Sorry. Uh, the local doctor ensures a continuity of care because he has been advised a particular line of treatment, and he ensures that there is compliance and continuity of care. Otherwise, this care, when it's a B2C platform, just becomes episodic. If there are point of care devices or wearables, the local doctor, if he is provided those wearables, then he can use them for many patients. As compared to that, if you have to provide it only to individual patients, they become underutilized, and the cost factor becomes very, very high. Patients very often do not know how to use these platforms. As compared to that, we are training the primary doctors to use the platform as a part and parcel of our procedure. Government, the e-Sanjeevani is plagued by the fact that very often the doctors, the specialists are not available because there is a severe shortage of medical specialists in the government sector. And so at the time of the appointment, they are not available. As compared to that, our specialists are joining voluntarily. So they are giving time slots according to their convenience. And because of that, and we are also having a support team which coordinates each and every appointment. Of course, we are also giving monetary incentives to both the doctors, and that is an additional advantage to both of them. When we are looking at the market potential, we are looking at approximately 50,000 rural doctors in India, each of them seeing approximately 3,000 patients a month. Now, considering that most of these patients are repeat patients and only about 10% of them will be unique or individual patients or separate patients, we are looking at approximately 300 patients a month. Considering that 5% of them would need a specialist opinion, and only 10% of these 15 patients we are looking at will be using the pyramid platform, we are still looking at a possibility of 75,000 consultations per month in Maharashtra itself. If we are looking at about 500 rupees as an average consulting fee, then the entire amount comes to approximately 3.75 crores a month. And the platform can be also linked to various investigation platforms and medicine delivery platforms. And if you are looking at approximately 1,000 rupees per consultation, so that is an additional 7.5 crores of revenue. So depending on how we are looking at it, it could be between 45 to 135 crores a year. That could be the total revenue of such a platform. This is the statistics only for Maharashtra. Of course, it can be scalable to the entire country, so it will be accordingly increased. The social impact. Most rural patients would need to travel between 50 to 400 kilometers to get a good specialty opinion, which will be as an average of 200 kilometers. They will require about 5 to 6 hours of traveling time. One adult caregiver will have to be accompanying the patient. So 3 days of loss of work for both of them. Considering that the cost of stay, travel, etc., it comes to roughly 3,600 per visit. That's a bare minimum. That means we are looking at public transport. We are not looking at any specialized form of transport or stay. And that amounts to approximately 270 crores per month of rural revenue, which we can save. That only 7,500 consultations per month, we are going to save that much amount of money. In addition, the ease of consultation is going to give better health outcomes. It is also going to have better revenues and better inflow for the specialty centers who are basically then otherwise resorting to violation of medical ethics to increase their footfalls. And
Dr. Ketan?
yeah, I'm almost done.
Yes, sure.
So we are there is a need for an effective model of telemedicine that can be a game changer for Indian healthcare. There is a need to sensitize the rural population as regards the benefits of specialized medical care. I am the founder. My brother Karthik is the co-founder. He is a telecoms specialist. Our CTO is an ex-CTO of Ola Cabs, Mr. Brijraj Wagani, and Mr. Pranoy Parikh is our management consultant. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation.
Thank you.
We are now open for the Q&A session. Jury, you can...
Shall I shut the presentation? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, fine. Yes, jurors.
So I am Dr. R.K. Srivastava.
Yes, sir.
I had a long experience in government as Director General Health Services. I know the government model e-Sanjeevani, and I have tried to implement it in the primary health care with an organization known by the name of Wish Foundation. As such, there are a good number of models which are available, which are doing similar type of services. Your overall presentation gives me an idea that you want to give specialist services to the rural population, which is medically specialized and accurate, which is documentable and verifiable, which has got an direct and indirect impact on the cost saving to the government as well as to the rural population, and which according to you has got an impact on the outcome of the disease.
Yeah.
I want you to let me know whether you have got a validation study done for your model, number one. Number two, whether you have got some type of publication in relation to your model, which has shown the type of financial saving and cost implications which you have shared to us. And lastly, your marketing to the state government in Maharashtra. Because at present it is 100% outside the government system.
Sure, sir. Sir, as far as validation is concerned, I had attended a Harvard course on improving healthcare in the third world countries, and there are similar models which have been very successful in Africa and Mexico, and that is where I got my inspiration from during that particular course, which was a online Harvard course. And I thought that something of that sort can be implemented here too. I have not done a formal validation. As far as marketing to Maharashtra government is concerned, yes, we initiated the process twice. Unfortunately, in the last 4 or 5 years, there has been a lot of turbulence in the Maharashtra politics. And initially, the bureaucracy was very keen to implement it, and in fact, even sort of supplement the e-Sanjeevani with this. So we were looking at options. We even discussed technicalities, whether we can be sort of piggyback to e-Sanjeevani. So we discussed these technicalities, but unfortunately there was a change in government, and the new government repeatedly has been, well, they have not been very stable, and that's why they have not been able to take any strong decisions on this.
And the published work, publication.
Publication, as I said, there have been publications. I don't have them right now, but during our Harvard course, they had cited all those publications. I don't have them right now. I can share them.
You have got publication.
I don't have my own publications. No, I don't have my
You
own.
don't have your publication. Okay,
I
thank
don't
you
have.
very much. Thank you very much. Nice talking.
Okay. Good. Good morning.
Good
This
morning,
is yeah.
Dr. Anandi.
Actually, yeah. Thank you very much. Actually, as Dr. Srivatsa said, yes, you are also aware there are number of telemedicine models out there, right? And though your primary focus is with respect to converting or taking your model to Maharashtra side, when sir was asking about validation, the thing is you have undergone a course and everything, that is fine. But as your model been actually tested, have you done a evaluation of your platform? That is my first question. Has it been done? Number one. Second, you are collecting, trying to connect your rural healthcare primary doctors with your patients, right? The idea is to provide them the special services so that you want patients to meet the doctors. Fine, that's good. That means in the course of the time, you will be maintaining the medical records of the patient. So, my next question is, what are you adopting, or what process is going on so that the security, confidentiality of the patients is being maintained? Number two. And third, now considering the fact government of India has come up with also e-Sanjeevani model, which you know very well. The idea is mainly through ABDM that we need to have patient records so that patients are able to go anywhere and the records can be exchanged. I mean, if a patient is going from one state to another state, they should be able to make use of your records and get the services. So, and considering that, so how interoperable is your telemedicine platform? So these are the three questions which I have.
Yeah, sorry. The first question is regarding, so I just want to clarify that as compared to the existing telemedicine models, which are B2C, what we say direct patient to specialist, we are doing only mentorship of primary doctors because we don't want to bypass them. So that is one thing. That is why we are a little different from the existing telemedicine models. One. Second thing was, third question was about,
Uh,
sorry.
Interoperability. I want to know what,
Interoperable. Yeah.
yeah,
So
because,
we have
yeah.
already been in talks with ABDM. ABDM, as you may be aware, is still in the process of sort of evolving, and we have already got their primary these things. So we want to make this ABDM compliant, and it's the process is on. We have a few meetings. We have had a few meetings. We are having further meetings. There are intermediaries who are helping us to make this ABDM compliant, and that process is on. As far as validation, yeah, second question was validation. So the platform is functional. We are using the platform as of now. The real problem which we are facing is that patients are not getting the confidence that such a platform, first and foremost, the patients don't realize the need for a specialty opinion, and they are not ready to spend even 500 rupees for that. So that is something which we are trying to educate through our WhatsApp channels and all that, but it is still taking time. Second thing is that they are not getting the confidence that something of this sort can work. So, as I said, we are in the process of educating the patients for both these things. But there are uses. We already have quite a few use case scenarios, and patients are. I mean, those patients and those doctors have been very happy because they have been able to help the patients.
No, that's fine. I understand that. See, this model is not new. Sorry to say that, because I am also working in the area of telemedicine for a very long time. I'm associated with an organization where we are implementing such platforms. But my question is this: we also always come across the hurdle, because that whether people accept it or not, the adoption rate of C Sanjeevani might be different in different states, depending upon how local government is compatible with the national innovation which is being rolled out. I
Yeah.
understand that. We will not enter into that. But the question is whether it's state government or national government, they are coming up with lot of, programs, innovation, in fact, even support in terms of remunerations for the people to adopt a telemedicine. So since you are talking about specialist services, so the question is you're trying to link your primary doctor to the specialist, and through them, if I am understanding, you're trying to reach out to the patients. So
That's right.
now it would be better, or it would be nice, it will add more value to your platform if you are able to give evidence that how your platform is more beneficial than utilizing, right? More value can be added. Beneficial not in terms of money, it can be money, non-financial, everything. In terms of value, not only to the doctor, to the patients also, instead of rather going directly to the private like Practo, or through the existing government platforms, right? So that is lacking in the model. I would suggest you need to look into that. It is not just that we are having use cases. No, it is, we are not. Everybody is having a lot of use cases, but it's not. You need to actually evaluate an evidence. And Dr. Srivatsavan mentioned one thing: publication. So once when you have your evidence, you need to proof of concept. So you need not just for your technical aspect, but even for the utilization, for a technology evaluation. Once when you do that, so that you will be able to throw more light on how socially it is having an impact. Otherwise, that aspect is not clear. That is my view. An
Sure.
humble suggestion for you to look into it.
Sure. We'll do
Yeah.
that. We'll do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Ketan, first of all, congratulations for you. Right? So
Thank
you
you.
actually picked up a pretty niche area, while you rightly said most of the platforms are there, but they are directly doctor to patient, like a practo. So you brought in a component wherein the expert doctor can be brought in by the other doctor for the consultation. That is really a unique proposition, which I have not seen in other platforms, which is a good initiative. Now, while you're trying to really create a social cause for creating awareness in rural area, you also mentioned that yes, there's a huge issue in terms of really their adaptability and their paying capacity also, right? Because rural area, they don't, even in urban area, people, how many people actually go and consult the second opinion? Because at the end of the day, patient has to really pay, and they don't have this paying capacity. 500 rupees is a big amount for rural area patient to really pay. So maybe you can really think of pivoting it in the urban area, wherein like a B class towns and other areas, even in places like Mumbai, wherein they would like to really have the second opinion based on the trusted doctor whom they are consulting, right? So that could be a good area. And of course, you can really think about the overseas market, as India has quite a good reputation earned, because you have adopted a path which has got the long gestation period in terms of really collecting the evidence, publishing the papers, and creating the impact. But once you reach over there, people need to really use your platform. Then only you will be able to really showcase that yes, it is effective, it is cost effective, right, and all those kind of stuff. So I don't have any question. The only thing, what since you're an experienced person, what I can only just suggest that yes, rather than just only rural area, you can pick up the data points anywhere, right? Whether it is India or whether it is overseas or urban area or B class town, and that way you'll get the confidence, you'll get some data point, because this is needed. This is sure shot. It is needed not only in the rural area, but this is amazing work. Uh, Good you have thought of this problem area and figured out the solution. Wish you good luck.
Thank you very much. So I just one word, one line clarification. We have not restricted it to the rural use, but we are
Right.
basically promoting it in rural areas. But there are
Yeah.
quite a few urban doctors also who have joined and are using, but that's not a very large number because urban specialists are available around the corner in most cities. I mean, the
Right.
specialists are not far off. So I think physical consultation is still the best form of consultation.
Right. Right.
So that's the reason why we are not promoting actively into the urban areas, but it's open. It's a app-based platform. Anybody can use it. That's all.
Not so urban, like even a B class town, like
So we
district
are
level,
B class.
right?
We are B
Okay.
class. We
Yeah.
are targeting P class. We
Yeah.
are targeting, not pure rural
District
area.
level, people
Yeah,
don't have specialist doctors, right?
yeah,
But they have the paying capacity.
that's right.
Right. I'm glad that you're thinking in this direction. And it is also good that you're not only dependent on the government, because government policies keep on changing, which is very fluctuating, right? So while it is aspirational to work with the government, but that can also kill the entire business proposition. It can really take up or it can really kill. So maybe in isolation, prove your model, and then government themselves will really come and shake hand with you. That should be the pragmatic approach.
We'll try our best. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You may try your hands in Telangana, because that's a very progressive government, and at least in India, that they embrace technology wholeheartedly. So you may try your luck over there. If you need any kind of connection, even Dr. Anandi can really introduce you, or I can introduce you over there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
It's,
much,
it's,
all of you.
it's a good work. It's a good work.
Thank you very
You
much.
yeah, you can try in that the biotech park which they have created. There, I think so. They are giving a lot of money for things related to healthcare. So you should be able to do that also there very well.
Oh,
But
I'll do it.
yeah, as I know, it's good work you are going ahead. But I would say technically, kindly please get some little bit of evidence so that you're standing on a solid ground to say yes, my platform is better or best, and best
I'll,
wishes to you.
I'll just ask, if you don't mind, if you can help me with how to get this evidence.
Wonderful. I would, don't worry. You can. I was just trying to send you some message also. I will, because as such, telemedicine is my passion. So I will help you. Don't worry.
I will contact the organizers
Sure,
and
sure, sure, sure.
take contact details for both of you. All
Sure,
right.
sure. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you very
Best
much.
wishes.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for the presentation. Very
Thank you.
well presented and answer to the questions of jury. Our next presentation is by Orbi Health Private Limited.
Am I supposed to leave or can I remain on?
Yes, sir, you can be. We have presenters here, requesting them to turn on the camera and start the presentation.
Yes. So, hello everyone. I'm Rushabh. We are from AGBA Care, and the innovation that we are presenting today is AGBA Scribe, which is an ambient speech clinical documentation technology. So, Indian healthcare ecosystem today has a few major problems. It is highly unorganized, very skewed. Like the doctor to patient ratio is 1:1400. It's the world capital of non-communicable diseases. And there is a huge lack of documentation, let alone the digitization of this data. We see two major patterns emerging today. One, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
One, the government is with initiatives like ABDM trying to solve for infrastructure and interoperability. It's sort of like the UPI movement of healthcare. And two, digitization. This is where we believe private players and technology can really solve for adoption and better clinical outcomes, like better patient care given, more history taken, and understanding of our epidemiology using population level health insights. The solution that we are presenting today is solves for this digitization. So before we go ahead and see the demo, I'll quickly introduce the team behind this innovation. AGBA Care is trying to build AI stack for modern healthcare. The co-founders were founders of some of the top tier tech companies in India, and the team is the team that built Arogya Setu. Our founder and CEO Vikalp Sani even received President Award for building Arogya Setu. AGBA Care has all the necessary compliances, including HIPAA compliance and ABDM compliance, and we have received a few awards from industry leaders for the work that we have been doing for the past 5 years. AGBA is the fastest growing health tech platform in India today. We have a doctors platform with over 60,000 doctors onboarded. We have a patients app where we have 17 million app downloads, and we have a developer platform where we have clients including Google, Samsung, Apollo Health, and so on. So the major thing in today's presentation that we want to show is the demo of AGBA Scribe working in action, because that speaks for itself. So we'll quickly go ahead and see the demo, and then we will come back to the presentation. Right. So this is AGBA's EMR tool. I'll quickly launch AGBA Scribe here. And so I have Dr. Sanjana and Neha from my team here. Dr. Sanjana is a real life medical doctor, and Neha will be playing the role of my sister. We'll be doing it in multiple languages, and so we'll quickly go ahead and start the recording. Hello, doctor.
हाय ऋषभ, कैसे हैं आप?
डॉक्टर, पिछले कुछ हफ्ते से मुझे सर में बहुत ज्यादा दर्द हो रहा है और आंख के नीचे थोड़ा सा पेन होता है।
अच्छा, ये कितने देर तक रहता है और कितने दिन से हो रहा है?
मतलब अभी तो एक हफ्ते से हो रहा है, एंड हर दूसरे दिन ही हो जाता है वैसे, और दिन में ऐसे 3-4 घंटे तो हो ही जाता है।
ठीक है। आपको कोई वीकनेस या बोलने में दिक्कत, बैलेंस की इश्यूज ऐसे कुछ हो रहा है?
ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं है, बस थोड़ा चक्कर आता है।
अच्छा, पहले भी ऐसे हेडेक की एपिसोड्स होते रहते थे?
ಹಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲೂ ಇದೇ ತರ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಇವಾಗ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಇತ್ತೀಚೆಗೆ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲೂ ಜುಮ್ ಅಂತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ, ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜುಮ್ ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಬೇರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದೆಯಾ? BP, ಶುಗರ್, ಥೈರಾಯ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋ ತರ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಹೀಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆನ್ ಎನಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲರ್ ಮೆಡಿಕೇಶನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ.
ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ? ಅವ್ರ ಅಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ನ್ಯೂರಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತಾ?
ಹಾ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಅಮ್ಮಂಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ತಲೆನೋವು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು, ಮೈಗ್ರೇನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ओके, बट नो स्ट्रोक और फिट्स अंतदेनो प्रॉब्लम है लेला?
नहीं, ऐसा तो कुछ भी नहीं है।
ठीक है। ओके ऋषभ, आपका लाइफस्टाइल कैसे होता है? क्या काम करते हैं आप?
मैं तो यहीं बैंगलोर में एक IT कंपनी में काम करता हूँ। थोड़ा डाइट और स्लीप डिस्टर्ब रहता है, बट बाकी ऑल ओके।
ठीक है, लेट मी जस्ट चेक योर बेसिक वाइटल्स।
हम्म।
आपका BP ठीक दिख रहा है। BP इज 120/80, पल्स भी नॉर्मल है। 76 बीट्स पर मिनट। आपका वेट ठीक लग रहा है, 70 kgs। बेसिक एक एग्जामिनेशन कर लेती हूँ। आपके प्यूपिल्स लुक नॉर्मल, मोटर एंड सेंसरी एग्जामिनेशन इज नॉर्मल एंड रिफ्लेक्सेस आर इंटैक्ट। आपने कुछ ब्लड रिपोर्ट या MRI रिपोर्ट करवाया था ना? आपने दिखा दीजिए।
यस, हियर्स द रिपोर्ट डॉक्टर.
ओके, ठीक है। MRI showing no mass, lesion or bleed, and there's just white matter hyperintensities. It's looking more like a migraine without aura. आपका EEG भी नॉर्मल है। तो एक काम करते हैं, we'll start with some basic medications. आप टैबलेट इंड्राल 40 mg स्टार्ट कीजिए। टेक इट फॉर अ मंथ, वंस डेली आफ्टर फूड। और इससे अगर कुछ एसिडिटी का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है तो यू कैन स्टार्ट अ टैबलेट कॉल्ड राजो-D। खाली पेट में लेना है आपको। एंड जब भी आपको सर दर्द ज्यादा होता है, टैबलेट ग्रेनिल करके एक आता है, आप वो, ठीक है। और अभी बेसिक आपको लाइफस्टाइल में स्ट्रेस वगैरह कम करनी है, और एक डायरी मेंटेन कीजिए फॉर योर हेडेक। And when you come back to me after 1 month, if it doesn't come down, we'll start some other tablet called amitriptyline.
Got it,
ठीक है?
doctor.
Okay.
Thank you so
doctor.
much.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've stopped the recording. So what it will generate is two things. One is a clinical note format, which most of the scribe players do, and another one is an EMR format, which generates data in a discrete format, which can be then, because it's very discrete, can be codified as well as be fed into various EMR tools as well. Also, I'd just like to highlight that the consultation was very multilingual and
Sorry to interrupt, Team Orbi Health.
yes,
Just a prompt, 5 minutes remaining for the presentation.
yes.
Sorry to disturb, like 3 minutes are remaining.
Sure. So this is the clinical notes output. As we can see, it's like semi-structured data that can be just copied and provided. It's just a document, right? And then there is an EMR format, which is in discrete data. This can be directly fed into an EMR tool. This is an AGBA EMR tool, and I just clicked on copy to EMR button. I'll finish writing. Doctors can basically see the draft, edit it if needed, and share the prescription with the patient. So yeah, we can go ahead and see the details a bit as well. Like the vitals are captured, headache. The doctor mentioned that the diagnosis is migraine without aura. The drugs are captured nicely. Notes, advices, everything is captured very nicely, right? So we'll go back to the presentation and then we can take any Q&A later on. Cool. So the demo that we saw right now was powered by Parrotlet, which is a proprietary model built by AGBA, and it's sovereign model built in India. It understands the linguistic diversity in India, and it understands the medical terminologies like branded drug names. From time to time, we have been collaborating with institutes like Koita Foundation and Gates Foundation and institutes like Ashoka University. We ourselves are from a very academic background, so we understand the importance of transparency when we build something like this. Because of which a part of our data sets and some of our models are also made publicly available for anyone in the community to evaluate their models on. We have also released the benchmarking results of Western SOTA LLMs against our Parrotlet models, and the results are available on our websites. So I'll just quickly mention what is the true innovation here. First of all, the sovereign AI model that and proprietary AI model that understands Indian languages, accents, and medical terms. Two, the integration with medical ref sets that we have access to because of our 5 years of experience in EMR building. Three, the codified output, because that makes it truly digitized. And four, the discrete data output, which allows us to feed this data into EMR tools, which can enable better workflows. Because of all this, AGBA Scribe can work in 12 plus Indian languages today. It can work with 25 plus medical specialties, and it can allow for custom templates, which makes it very personalized for a doctor. So the early impact, right now we have 1,500 plus active doctors, 500 plus paid doctors. AGBA Scribe is integrated by 20 plus top hospitals and clinics in India, including Next Gen e-Hospital by the NIC team. And we are digitizing 250 plus hours of medical consultations every day. Here is a list of a few of our clients that are using this service actively. And here are a few of the testimonials that we have received from our users. This is Dr. Nemi Chandra, who is a neurologist in Mysore, who says that AGBA Scribe is helping them save a lot of time while capturing more data. And this is Saj Kashyap, who is head of product at Clinic, who says that AGBA Scribe is basically solving problems that they either never imagined or ignored. So that brings us to the end of the presentation. We are open to questions.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the presentation. We are now open for the Q&A session.
Can I ask a question? Your product is ABDM compliant? Yes or no?
Yes,
sir. We are M3.
Your product is ABDM compliant.
Yes. We are M3 certified.
Now it is registered under the provider list or the facility list.
So we have multiple things. Our PHR basically.
The government in the ABDM, there are two types of registry which are there. One is a provider registry and other is a facility registry. Where are you registered?
So we basically do facility. We have two set of products in AGBA.
Are you registered in any of them or not?
Yes. We are.
There.
Yes. And we also facilitate. Yes,
you are registered in facility under facility.
Or
under facility.
G. And so we also facilitate.
You must be having a registration number under the registry of the facility.
G.
Okay. Now third thing is, when you are registered under the facility, are you registered as a provider or a facility or a fiduciary?
So we do fiduciary basically, because provider would be a doctor. Yes, we are the fiduciary.
You are the fiduciary. So you have submitted the DP compliant certification?
Yes. So we have that certification. We have ISO and then HIPAA and many other
No, I am not asking anything else. I am asking about DP certification. the government of India has come out with a regulation which is known as DPDP. Are
Yes,
you
sir.
compliant with that, and you have got a
Yes, yes,
certification
absolutely,
from
sir.
them as a fiduciary?
Yes, sir. Like it got basically on ground like few days back, and we are 100% compliant and have registered accordingly.
So they have given you a certificate also.
Yes, it's yes.
They have given you a now number one. They have given you a registration number as a facility.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, they have given you a certificate to become ABDM compliant. Number three, they have given you a certificate as a fiduciary under the DPDP.
G.
Am I right?
G. Yes.
Okay, that's perfectly well. Now, the last thing I want to know, I have 2 times used this particular platform.
Okay.
Now, the time taken from the time of registration and reaching to the specialist consultation sometimes varies to 2 hours to 6, 7 hours also.
Mm-hmm. Sir,
This
yeah.
is about a year back when I tried it.
So, Rakesh ji, sorry to interrupt. So, the innovation that we are presenting as a part of this competition is not the EMR or ABDM. It is basically the scribe technology that in a consultation room can digitize the conversation between a doctor and a patient. So, that is the innovation that we are presenting and not the ABDM, which is a very separate. Our tool does that, but the innovation we are presenting is basically the discretization of conversation between a doctor and a patient.
So it is only translation component, multi-language translation of a conversation between the doctor and the patient, which is
G.
a part of the competition. And
G.
rest of the things are linked but not part of the competition.
Absolutely. So it's like a translation and also.
Thank you thank you very much. That's all I wanted.
Okay, thank you, sir. I just wanted to add like it's a translation plus also structuring them into a template or a format that a doctor can then work with the EMR and HMIs. That basically unlocks its utility to be used by different hospitals, care providers in their seamless work.
There are uplink and downlink, both are there, but you are competing only on the basis of multi-language translational model of
Yes.
conversation between doctor and patient.
Yes.
Rest are the byproduct.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You are right in a way. And also, like, because one of the things that SOTA models and other models find very hard are, let's say, getting the drugs right. Because drugs are specific to Indian geography. They are specific, the branded drugs. In India, we
They are
have a
different
culture.
things. No? They are not part of the competition which you are coming in. No? The drug provision is a part of different type of digital area where pharmacy comes. So many other things are there. But your core presentation, if I am rightly understanding, is that you are providing a solution to create a verifiable medical record of conversation between a doctor and the patient, which is in 13 or 14 language, whatever you have spoken as on today.
G.
Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Absolutely.
that's all. Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was a very wonderful presentation. And yes, nowadays people are going ahead with lot of voice-based services. Now I have few questions, specific questions. Now, one, since you are telling that you are trying to talk from what the models I have understood is in simple, the doctor is able to talk to the patient. Number one, the doctor can talk to the patients, let me say, in multi languages, right? And your making use of AI, your scribe is able to capture it. So now here goes my question. First, there will be difference in the way the voice are going to be recognized. As far as doctors are concerned, you can train every app, if I am right, when the doctor, because doctors vocabulary, the way they pronounce, everything needs to be captured, so that you will be training. But how are you handling the patient's voice fluctuations, changes? Number one. Second, when you're trying to, when you gave your demo, if I could follow your questions were mostly only structured questions,
Mm-hmm.
right? But that doesn't happen when a doctor is going to meet to a patient. I am not a doctor per se, but when I go and talk to my doctor, I talk everything else.
Yeah.
Because reasons might be many. I might be afraid to hear what is the problems. I will go round and round and round.
Right.
So this I can call specifically as a noise, right? Now, how is your app able to extract this? Because if you're going to store even that, the data storage is going to be too much, right?
Right.
Second, third. So how is your the type of, at times the doctor would like to enter some unstructured data also. That's what, right? Not only removing of the noise, unstructured data also. So how is your system capturing it,
Right.
right?
Awesome.
And the fourth, because you're telling it's an AI-based system. When we are talking about AI, we need to have AI ethics, responsible AI, right? So now the question comes, AI keeps updating a lot, right? AI is going to, because if they're going to use the system, is the system happening when the doctor is talking to the patient directly or through the platform? If it is going to be through a platform, that means the patient on the other side is having digital presence. When the moment when you're telling digital presence in AI, whatever it might be, you know that there are some informations which are being collected knowingly, unknowingly to the patient side. So is this information made available to the patient? Because a lot of patients will not understand when I'm going to say all those things, right? The digital signature is being there, presence is there. So how are you trying to handle? Not last but not the least, when you're talking about medicines and everything, each doctor might have a different way of talking about, the symptoms, the problems associated. So what type of standard are you trying to use as far as your data collection is concerned? And government, when you're talking about ABDM compliant, etc., all those things is fine. We have even our metadata standard. So I would like to know, is there any specific government given templates you're capturing for each specialty? Because you have so many specialties are there, right? And one more thing you have already mentioned in your product, it can be customized as per the hospital's requirement. So that is taken care of. But then the question is this AI updation, how it is being taken care, and then what standards are being used. I hope you will be able to answer my 5 questions. Sorry if I'm asking too many questions.
I think very relevant questions, ma'am. And I think I'm glad that you asked them. That gives us an opportunity to explain in depth our work. So first thing is regarding the diversity of accents, linguistic diversity, difference in terminologies and things like that. So we handle, like you said, not just the doctors and patients. We handle this through training our models using like tens and thousands of hours of clinical data. So we are working with tens of hospitals where we have ethical clearances, where we have worked with their students to record these things. We are working with different facilities. So for example, we are working with these foundations that Rushabh mentioned, Koita and this. We are doing a consortium effort of collecting a lot of voice recordings from patients. We have a WhatsApp campaign that is running, which is like in all the states, which is basically capturing these things from the patient perspective. So to give you an idea, the latest model that we have trained includes around 10,000 hours of diverse data around Indian states, around patient, doctors, and everything that covers that diversity, and not just the language part, accent part, but also the colloquial aspect. In some states, headache could be pronounced or referred to as by a very, very different term. Like that's an expression of what is happening. So we have basically built all those things in these 4 5 years. About your second question on the relevant data being captured. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of time to show you that also in the demo, but the tool is out there. The reason it is being used by almost 1,500 doctors, even as Rushabh didn't mention, it's just been 3.5 months since we have launched this product, is because this is actually making them only capture the medical part. And doctor can also specify that, hey, whatever thing is medical but is not included in this field, put it in my private notes, so that it remains in that private notes for a doctor to see. So these are the kind of things we can really customize. The model if it is able to extract entities, it is well able to extract the medical versus non-medical things. Now, the third part of doctors want to give additional data unstructured storage. Absolutely. Like I said, there is a section in every EMR of private notes of unstructured data. And what we say is like, we don't want doctors to be directly writing prescription using this thing. They should edit it. And we have a very clear policy that says that, hey, all this should be used in conjunction with the EMR or HMS, where you should review and do these things. And of course, like you yourself mentioned, the customization power of this thing allows them to also blend unstructured and structured. In fact, one of the testimonials that he presented, that clinic is the company, they use a blend of structured and unstructured. So they have their entire history taken, and their CDSS works on structured. So they have hooked up the codified part in there. And about AI ethics, we take it very, very seriously. Honestly, like Rishabh mentioned, we all come from academic background with we want to do solid work. And I think given that we are working with these hot hospitals and foundations, mandate us to follow those ethics very, very strongly. So we have ethical clearance of whatever data we take. In our tool, if you had noticed, like there is a consent form right in front of a thing. So doctor can give consent for that recording if they have taken a consent from a patient to be used by product development or not. So there is an explicit consent button up front. These recordings, if the consent is not given, they are deleted within a minute of their recording. So the half of the processing is happening on device. The recording gets deleted minute after that doctor does the prescription, and all these knobs are given to a doctor. If let's say I am Vedanta or I'm some hospital, I want to retain these recordings for medical legal purposes, there is a provision for that, but all this control is given to the players who are using, doctors or clinics who are using this thing. So that is one thing. And about the modeling of the LLMs, we take AI ethics very seriously. So all the data that we use go through PII redaction. In fact, one of the biggest ticket item on our budget is basically the agency that gives us a tool for PII redaction. All our annotators get redacted output for annotations and things like that. Also, in terms of templates, I think you rightly pointed out, there are some templates which NRCS has pushed. For example, OP consult kind of bundle. So we definitely have that as a default option. So we try and we want to, because we are NDHM, we work deeply with that ABDM ecosystem and we link a lot of records and we want interoperability. It's good for the ecosystem if we promote that template. So by default, we have OP consult kind of templates being promoted. But very often private hospitals also have some workflows that they need custom. So they can do that customization. But from our sides, the push is all for the official templates, which are sort of published by NRCS. CDEC also sort of adheres to a number of them. And then last, I think AI updation and standards. You are very right. Like every time AI sort of thing, and that we make sure by rigorous testing. So all these benchmarks, that is our motivation to put all these benchmarks in public domain, that whatever we are doing, and that is the reason why, private and public side partners are happy about our work, because it's being done in a very, very transparent way. Many of our work is in AI course, the data sets, the models, and things like that. So I think we maintain that transparency. Every model goes to a production after rigorous testing, because this is our bread and butter, and we don't want to be messing this thing up. So this is how I hope we addressed 5-6 questions from you. Dr. Anandi, you are on mute. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I just wanted to, what standard are you using?
So for interoperability, we are entirely on HL7 Fire. The bundle is basically OP consult for consultation. For immunization records, it's a different one. So these are the sort of the interoperable, the communication sort of standards. And in terms of security and privacy, our entire servers are hosted in Indian geographic region, which is also the question from the former jury, that we compliant to DPDP, which means basically all our servers, we cannot use any services, any servers, any storage that is outside the periphery of Indian geographical area. So that we follow very, very arduously.
No, that is fine. But then when your doctors are speaking, talking to the patient, right? So what happens if the patient is interested in sharing with an image?
Yes, so our tool allows for that. It's in fact it's an agentic platform. Because it was outside the scope of today's innovation, we didn't present it. But in fact, we started 4 years back.
No, sorry to interrupt. I don't want to know how that is working. But
Okay.
when a doctor is consulting a patient, the doctor would like to see the image,
Yes.
right? So when they are going to share it, so looking into it, the doctor might go
Right.
ahead and give some more suggestions. So
Right.
so it is a part of your tool,
So
wherever you're. So
ab-
how are you handling it? That is one. And also so much data, right? Whether you are doing it for as a fiduciary or you're doing it for hospital or whatever. Now, I would like to know how is the security handled there and where is the data being stored?
right. So like I said, we
Who is the owner?
right.
My worry is that because you said if the doctor is, you're asking your software says if the doctor is not about the consent, because are you checking whether patient's consent has been taken or not? Just because I'm a doctor, I'm telling yes, I have taken my patient's consent, but that doesn't mean it is there. So
Right.
are you validating it? So
Right.
because these are three are related to each other, so that's why my question goes there.
Right, right. So, ma'am, like I said, for security and privacy, we follow very strict protocols. Our data centers are only in India, and we have many different sort of audits done very, very regularly from like top-notch sort of organizations. We are HIPAA compliant. That in itself required a lot of audit and things like that. We're DPDP compliant. So this is how we maintain that privacy part. And also we have done a lot of work on end-to-end encryption. So in our app also allows for there are features where it's end-to-end encrypted. So we wouldn't even know the content of that thing, right? So this
So,
is how.
Rishabh, we already over exceeded the time. Just answer the last thing, how you're taking the patient consent, because that
Yes.
can really
So
pose a
patient
lot of legal litigation against you.
Right, right, absolutely. So patient consent is taken in multiple ways. One of the method that many hospitals have now started doing is when patient arrives for appointment of certain doctors who have scribed on, the consent is taken a priori that your consultations may be recorded and this can be used for creation of digital records. So this is one way. We tried taking consent verbally during the consultation. That didn't work well. But what is working well is when a patient arrives for registration, these facilities take the consult,
Okay,
the
thank you.
consent.
Thank you so much. So the
Okay.
only gray area is patient consent, which
Yeah.
can put yourself and the doctor and the clinic into big legal trouble. This is very gray area because doctor is taking lightly. You guys must be taking a lightly, but that is a big area can really open a lot of Pandora's box. But good work. Keep it up.
Mhm.
Right. This
Just to,
is this
sir,
is
just to
wonderful
add to
solution.
that, like in 10 seconds, like by default, these recordings get deleted soon after the transformation is done within 1 or 2 minutes. So I think that takes care of a lot of, and there is no digital trace of though that digital recording that takes care of a lot of legal things, and half of the processing is happening on the device
No,
itself.
even if you deleting the recording, right, the transcription and everything is going back in training your models, right, further.
No,
That's
no,
how you're
absolutely.
your models.
Sorry, sir, absolutely not. Like only in the recordings where we have an explicit consent, like I said, that goes into training the model. Otherwise, everything gets because we'll be in a thick soup otherwise.
No,
Okay.
no, nobody actually knows AI, right? So you can really take a leverage, but later on these issues will pop up.
Sure, sure.
Okay, good work. Keep it
Thank
up.
you so
Good one.
much, sir.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
You
Thank you
can.
so much.
Thank you for presentation. Very well presented and answer to the questions of jury. Our next presentation is by